Well, we're back with another brief interview with a marriage expert, at least in the area of finances. Syble Solomon, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here, Ron.
Well, I'm glad you joined us. The folks just read about your money habitudes, in which I briefly described it, but a card game called Money Habitudes. Sybil, tell us more about that. What's that all about?
Okay. Well, a habitude is anything, it's a combination of habits and attitudes. So your attitude is the first thought or feeling that you have when you hear something,
All
and
right.
your habit is whatever you automatically do. And it's so automatic that we don't even realize it often. So money habitudes has to do with the way we manage our money, think about our money, relate to our money, without even thinking. It's just a part of who we are.
And isn't it quite likely, not just possible, but likely that in a marriage that opposites will attract and people will find themselves with different money habitudes?
It's very common. So we have, while we say that opposites attract, another way of looking at that is that opposites help us balance. So if you have somebody who spends very spontaneously, they're frequently attracted to somebody who's going to hold on to money, take care of it, control it,
Okay.
because then that will balance them. Often, though, within a marriage, what you have is that people don't see the balancing part, they only see the conflict side.
Uh,
And just to add to that, often people who take so similar, we don't ever have any arguments or talk about money. That's not always such a good thing either, because if you have two people that hold on to their money really tightly, they may not be able to enjoy themselves and spend
mm,
money to have a good time or
okay.
to be generous with others. If they're both really spontaneous or they never think about money, they may be deep in debt, and they might not be arguing about it, but it may be a real stressor, and both of them are buying into it.
And
So
a threat,
money is always an issue.
yeah, a threat to their marriage. Well, Sybil, again, we just have a few moments here. I'm hoping to whet people's appetite that they're going to get in touch with you. They're going to say, "I want to buy these." Now, you need two decks, right? Each person needs their own deck. Isn't that correct?
Yes. So you can either use the cards, and each person would have their own deck. And we now have an online version, and each person can go online and they could do it. I think having the cards is actually more fun for a couple
I think
to
it
do.
is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And about how long does it take to go through a round, if you will?
yeah. So to actually go through and sort the cards, there's 54 cards. There's just a statement on each card. You're just going to sort them into that's me, not me, sometimes me. And when you get done, it will take between 5 and 15 minutes, depending upon how fast you read and how much you talk in between. It's a very quick kind of thing. And the important thing is that people think that money is a huge issue often in their marriage, and it's never about money. Um, it's money represents so many things to us, so many experiences. And the other thing is money is the number one most difficult topic to talk about because it's so emotional. And if you keep just talking about money and how much you owe or what you paid for something, and you never get down to really what's going on, you're not going to get past it. So what Money Habitudes does is it takes it away from it being an argument or a test or somebody's right and somebody's wrong. And it really helps you look at the different combination of what money might mean to you and what it might mean to your spouse and see how that works together.
Yeah.
So people can talk very easily as a result.
And let me just say this, and then I want to have you give us some contact information. But if you can understand each other when it comes to money, I just think it's going to open up avenues for you to understand each other in other areas where you have differing points of view and so forth. So I so much appreciate what you've done with this. How do people get a hold of you and get copies or get decks for themselves of Money Habitudes?
So the easiest thing to do is just go to the website. It's money and then habitudes, itudes.com. And there's information on there about the background and about how to order it. And you can also get to the online site from there as well. It's online.moneyhabitudes if you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
They're used a lot in marriage education classes and premarital classes. And when it won the Smart Marriages Award, what was said was, if you can talk about money, you can talk about anything. And the more open we can be with each other, the stronger our marriages will be.
Yeah. Again, Sybil, I'm a big fan. You know that, I hope. And just thank you for what you're doing, folks. For a nominal investment of money, a little bit of investment of time, you're going to reap such great benefits. Sybil, please keep up your good work. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Ron. I loved being here.
You bet. Bye-bye.